We are back. UFC 253 from Fight Island. Fight Island is back for another month. Definitely excited about that. Definitely opening up with a bang with a couple big title shots. 2 title shots for UFC 253. Not the deepest card after these 2 fights. However, some interesting fights. City Kickboxing is taking over this card, guys. 4 fighters on it, which definitely benefits them. They're getting to train together, be with each other all week. So I do think City Kickboxing guys should show up. I'm sure Hooker and Volk and all those guys have been involved with them. This gym's starting to really take over the UFC, and I'm excited to watch them fight this weekend. Let's look at the updated record. We went 3-0 for subscribers last week, guys. I gave also a bunch of winners out on the video as well. No best bet last week, so nothing changed there. However, the units went up 3 units. Reach out to me, guys, at systemsportscapping@gmail.com for more info. You'll receive all my best bets and personal plays after weigh-ins. I do this video on Thursday before the weigh-ins. I give my final plays out on Friday afternoon or evening. You also receive all sports access throughout the month. Things change for me after weigh-ins or getting an extra day of research. Example, one of my plays last week was Johnny Walker. I really started liking him more, later into Friday. So we hit a unit with Johnny Walker. On the video, I did mention I do lean Walker, but it wasn't a strong play as to give out to subscribers. So, give me an email, shoot me an email, or check out my website, systemsportscapping.com. Please like and subscribe as well. Like and subscribe. That does help me out. Any comments, feel free to leave as well. Let's get right into it. UFC 253, Adesanya versus Costa. Opening Adesanya -175. Both undefeated guys. This fight's been talked about for months and months now. They both don't like each other. However, at the press conferences and throughout the week, it doesn't look that bad. They met apparently in the hallway, shook each other's hands, and really talked too much shit. Most of the talks from Costa, hey, you're skinny. And then they go back and forth with that. Ricky Martin, you're skinny. Just try to big up the fight. Half the time you can't really understand what Costa's talking about, but yeah, it's going to be a good fight either way. Both undefeated, like I said. I don't love the price here for Israel, but I think it's right. So obviously the value is with Costa. You can get it at +130, +150, different at different books. I can't pull the trigger with either guy from a straight-up standpoint. I'm not going to be laying -175 with Costa. With Adesanya. In this fight, this is what's going to happen, right? Costa will try and pressure. It's not going to be like Romero. Romero's not going to, they're not going to just stand in the middle. So the pressure will be with Costa. Costa will push the pressure. And what does Adesanya do? He wants that. He wants the pressure because he's one of the best counter strikers in the game. I don't see this one going 5, guys. Just because I haven't seen Costa go 5. I don't know if he has the cardio with that frame to go to the 4th or 5th. I think the later this fight goes, it benefits Iggy, right? So Iggy, if you look at it, +130 to finish, Costa +240 to finish. Only way Costa wins this fight is to finish. So if you're on Costa and you like Costa, you play Costa +240. He catches him with some big shots. He finishes it. Costa's not winning a 5-round fight with Adesanya. Now, is Costa going to use his ground game? I would love to see it. Adesanya down. Costa is a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Maybe he uses it. Right? What if he just uses it the whole time and he surprises us? You never know. So take a look at that. But whatever side you're on, I think you take the finish. In my opinion. What I like here, though, It's not an official bet as of yet, but I like the over 2.5 rounds minus 125. I don't think Adesanya knocks out Costa early. It could go the other way around, but I don't think Costa will knock out Adesanya early. So that's the play I like here. Costa's, you got to also look at too. Costa's defense is not great. His defense isn't that great, so you could see Adesanya picking apart. He'll land some hard shots. Now, how is Adesanya going to take those hard shots? We'll see. But I just haven't seen Costa in the 4th and 5th round. I do think he can go 3, 4, 5 rounds. And if it does go the distance, hey, great for us because we get a full distance fight. So, yeah, I'll be looking at the over there, 2.5 rounds. Reyes versus Blockout. Jan. We'll just call him Jan. It's a high price, minus 275. I can't be on Reyes here due to that price. I do like him to win this fight. I haven't bet it as of yet, though. Jan has a lot of hype around him due to that Polish power, the Polish power that he keeps talking about. So he does have that hype there. But who is he really beat? He beat that aging Rockhold who got knocked out, and his career and focus could be on other things. An older Jacare, and then Corey Anderson, who was cut. We see Reyes, right? Could have beat John Jones. 50-50 on the decision there. I don't know. I just don't see Reyes getting caught like the others, right? He does have a bit of a chin. Jan is tough as well. And Reyes isn't really known for his power. He'll pick you apart. He'll fight. He can kickbox. He can box. I think he is a better striker. But, Jan does have the power. It's a tough fight to call on the distance and rounds. Could it go the distance? Maybe. Could it be a quick round 1-2 knockout? Yeah, it could. Someone could get caught early, and it could be a slower type of fight that goes further, and guys just pick their spots. Reyes mixing into ground game is a possibility as well. It's not a fight I'll be involved in due to the pricing and the unknown, but I do lean Reyes. You parlay players out there, feel free to maybe put Reyes in a parlay. I do think he gets the belt. And if I did have to pick a side, I would take Reyes by finish, just because I haven't seen Jan in the later rounds. I do think he'll use some of his power strikes. So Reyes finish, you'll get that at plus money, around even money. However, I haven't bet it as of yet. Cara France versus Roy Vell. I really like France. Obviously, city kickboxing guy. Maybe that's why I like him. But, you have to pay for it. Minus 250. I'm not excited to lay minus 250 with him, especially with a submission artist like Roy Vell. You got to try to find some value. Roy's great on the ground, getting submission victories in his last 3. France will want to keep this standing, and I think he does. I don't see Roy getting this down to the ground and submitting France. So France should, I think he'll just pick him apart for 3 rounds and get a decision win, guys, to be honest. France, who trains with City Kickboxing, like I mentioned, he'll be focused, and he'll want to win this fight, of course, probably more with all his teammates there, and probably a couple of them backing him in the corner here. So I think France wins. The value would be by decision. I haven't bet it as of yet, but yeah, if you wanted to parlay, throw him in a parlay. There is a chance with that submission. Roy Vell is very good on the ground and with his submissions, so I can't go all in, but I do like France here. Next fight, Hakeem the Dream, the Canadian, Dawadi, plus 100. This is going to be my value bet. I hit the value bet last week with UL minus 120 by decision. I gave that also to my subscribers as an official play. I think Dawadi, he's a little undervalued here. I think this is more of a pick'em fight, 110. He could easily win this fight. He is the better striker in this fight, in my opinion. But can he avoid takedowns from the Russian? That's the big question. Is he going to be able to avoid? I think he has the better cardio advantage as well. It's just a grappling advantage, the wrestling. I think Tukhugov will have, his checking in fighters and next to him. Khabib might be there, that whole crew. This is the guy that punched Conor McGregor as well, remember? That's what he's famous for. But he hasn't been fighting a lot. He's only fought 4 times since 2015. Could that be a good thing? Maybe. Was he practicing? Was he, training? Does he want to get back? It could be a red flag, but I don't really look at it as too much of a red flag. I just think this should be a really close fight, and you're giving me plus money with Hakeem, the better striker and the better cardio. Give me Hakeem here, plus 100. I'll make this an official play. The values here with him. I think he's the better, not overall. He's not better everywhere. Obviously, ground game wrestler he's not, but he's the better striker. Hopefully, they decide to keep this on the feet. Next fight, Riddell versus De Silva. Love Riddell. Another city kickboxing guy. I love city kickboxing. I love Riddell here. However, it's minus 334. So we can't be on it, right? We can't be on it because of the price. I think it's a tough to call an outcome here. But why I'm going to be leaning one way, I haven't got to the window yet. This will be a subscriber play if I do. Riddell fights to a lot of decisions, and De Silva hasn't been knocked out in his career. But Riddell has a lot of knockouts as well, right? It's about even. Maybe he even has a little more Ks, but it's been recent. Riddell's decisions have been a lot more recent. He's been fighting decisions, picking guys apart. I don't know too much about De Silva, not a ton on him. But I do think Riddell wins this fight. I do got to do a little more research on to see if it will be an outcome play for me. But as of right now, it's not. But yeah, I love watching Riddell fight. He's been training with Hooker. That's one of his main training partners. And obviously the whole city kickboxing guy. He'll be up for this fight. I think he takes it. I'll leave you guys, and like I said with Riddell, he could be a parlay piece as well. France is a parlay piece as well for you 2 fight parlay players. I'll leave you guys with a pretty good value underdog just because this fight I think is going to be a knockout from one guy. And why not take the knockout artist and the guy that just knocks out guys? William Knight plus 140 versus Camru. These 2 guys were supposed to fight before. Knight couldn't fight due to his coach dropping out. He didn't want to fight him without his coach. This was in a smaller card, of course. Both these guys, they look for knockouts. Contender series guys. I don't see this one going 3. However, you have to pay for it as a minus 250. I don't think Kamar is a price right here at minus 188. William Knight's just a guy who looks for knockouts. He looks like a heavyweight guy that looks for knockouts. He's going to be the bigger guy in there, not height-wise, but he just looks huge, jacked. He's going to be short. He's going to be looking for the knockout. And if you give me plus 140 odds for him to knock him out, why not? Sign me up. Fairly large dog. It's not going to be an official play, but it's a play that I like. It's going to be another value play, right? Giving me plus 140 for a guy that can knock somebody out. Also watch his interviews saying he really wants to fight this guy. He wants to ruin his 6-0 record. He's been trying to fight this guy for a while. He's mentioned in a few of his interviews. So let's take William Knight here plus 140. Good value there, guys. All right, guys. Broke down some of the fights there. Gave out some free plays. Hopefully you guys are going to order the pay-per-view. Enjoy the fights. Definitely going to be watching this one. Definitely mainly for the 2 main fights. But I want to see all the city kickboxing guys do. See if they can pull off the 4-0. 4-0. Clean sweep for the city kickboxing guys. We'll see if they can do it. I definitely think 3 of them are going to win. 3 of them I did mention here in the video. All right, guys. Enjoy the fights. Like I always say, bet smart and know your limits. Take care.